Well, the Patriots just have to stick to their formula on offense, and that is trying to run the football. That's what they've done the last 2 weeks, and they've had a lot of success. They've got a combined 375 yards in the last 2 ball games running the football. So I think you've got to give Tom Brady that type of balance. And, oh, by the way, their defense continuing to improve. It's been a bend-don't-break defense for the majority of the season, but as we looked at the last month, they're starting to steadily improve. And so that's the one thing that I would point out. And you always see it with Bill Belichick teams. They get better as the season progresses, and now they're starting to hit their peak. You look up, it's a top 10 scoring defense. And so this is one of those things that impresses you. You know they're going to put up points on the offensive side, but now their defense is playing a complement to that. And I think the balance on the offensive side is what sets the table for all of it. So that's why I got to go with the New England Patriots. On the road, run game and defense travels. I think they do both of those well down in Miami on Sunday.
You know what hasn't traveled this year? The Patriots as a whole. Like we can use previous history to this season if we want to go longer term and just say, for some reason or another, maybe it's the hot weather and it's supposed to be around high of around 80 degrees Sunday in Miami. For whatever reason, the one place the Tom Brady Patriots have struggled is Miami. 7-10 in his career, 1-4 in the last 5 years, as you mentioned. Okay, so if you don't want to talk about distant history, let's talk about this year. The Patriots go on the road to Jacksonville, get blown out. On the road to Detroit and get blown out. On the road to Tennessee and get blown out. In the midst of that, they go on the road to Chicago, need 2 special teams touchdowns to win that game. On the road to the Jets 2 weeks ago, it's 13-13 mid-third quarter. On the road to Buffalo, it's a 3-point game mid-third quarter. They are yet to have a great game on the road this season. I don't know why it will start this week. I'm not sitting here saying the Patriots can't win. I wouldn't pick them to win. Yep. I think the Patriots have been a dominant team at home and an average to below average team on the road. I think that continues this weekend.
Why the discrepancy, Kenny? Why would a team as well coached and disciplined as the Patriots have such a hard time on the road?
Well, I mean, it's a division opponent. I mean, so we can't throw that out as well.
But not all of them were.
No, not
she
all
means
of them.
This year, not historically.
No,
Miami.
this year. Why have they been
why
so
it's
tough?
struggling on the road?
Well, listen, here's the thing. I think they've tried to figure out what their identity is as a team, and there's a little bit of learning curve with every Bill Belichick team. That's why I always say they continue to get better as the season progresses. There aren't a whole lot of playmakers on the defensive side of the ball. So if that offense struggles, if Tom Brady turns the football over, then I don't think this team is good enough to overcome those mistakes, especially earlier in the season. We look at that Titans loss that they had a few weeks back in Nashville. You saw how the Titans were able to get out to an early lead in that game, and the Patriots were playing catch-up. They were one-dimensional. I think the Titans did a really good job of eliminating the easy throws in between the numbers for Tom Brady. And, of course, when you have those types of situations take place, it makes it hard for that team to play from behind. I think they're built to play from in front. It's got to be a certain type of game that they play, and I think that with the running game that they've been able to establish the last couple of weeks, they'll be able to dictate those terms in Miami.
How much of your belief in the Patriots' defensive success this week has to do with your lack of belief in Ryan Tannehill?
I mean, it has everything to do with it. I mean, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, Adam Gase, doesn't believe in Ryan Tannehill. He refers to the guy as the quarterback. So, I mean, this is going to be a tough test, but I think that Miami running game is what that Patriots defense is going to have to contend with because it's still one of the formidable running games that you have to worry about. And so I think that's where the New England Patriots defense has to make sure they take care of business. They can't allow the Miami Dolphins to have success in the ground game.
All right, so I also agree with you. Ryan Tannehill's not very good, which is why this will be shocking to you guys and shocking to the audience. That's Ryan Tannehill this year against Tom Brady this year. Oh, those numbers are shockingly similar. So when we talk, look at that. The passer rating, Tannehill's got him nipped. Touchdown interception ratio, Brady's got him barely. Yards per passing completion percentage almost identical. So the Patriots being 9-3 it's the running game. It's been the defense as of late. It's the fact that they, aside from the game against the Titans, they are never a heavily penalized team. Like, they do all the little things. They never lose at home. But Brady, in a year that everyone's putting up these monster numbers, Brady is not having one of his best seasons. Like, Brady, I know everyone has learned their lesson, myself most notably maybe, about talking about when Brady's going to hit the wall. I get it. And you know what? 2 years ago, it looked like he had hit the wall. And then in the Super Bowl, he executes 25-point comeback. Last year, what did he throw for 400 yards in the Super Bowl despite the loss? So I understand, like, in the biggest moments, there's still no quarterback, even Aaron Rodgers, even Drew Brees, no quarterback you'd rather have in the biggest spots. But over the bulk of this season, Brady's been average. Like, pardon me, the Patriots are 9-3. I don't want to say despite Tom Brady, but he hasn't been the biggest factor into them right now being the 2 seed in the AFC.
Well, I think we've seen an inconsistent Tom Brady because he's had so many guys in and out of the lineup. How many times have you had their full complement of skill position players available?
Sure.
Remember Rob Gronkowski dealing with injuries, Julian Edelman in that situation earlier in the season. Sony Michel has been banged up. So there have been guys in and out of the lineup, and Tom Brady's just trying to keep this team and this offense afloat. But now it feels like they're starting to get healthy, and this is the time you have to really look out for the New England Patriots.
Cut next scene. They win the Super Bowl.
Okay, well, we'll
That's
see.
been the script
We'll
for
see.
the most part.
Wasn't the script last year?
No, but it was
Season
close.
ended
It was
with
close.
It
One
was
Brandon
about-
Graham
yeah,
strip
that's
sack
all
away.
it was.
That's all it
Couldn't
was.
get any
Who did he
closer.
strip sack?
Couldn't he get any closer?
It's Tom Brady, right?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.